これからリスニングテストを始めます。この試験では、聞き取る英語を2回流す問題と1回だけ流す問題があります。なお、選択肢は音声ではなく、すべて問題冊子に印刷されています。4ページを開いてください。第1問。第1問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第1問 A。第1問 A は問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて聞こえてくる英文の内容に最も近い意味のものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る英文は2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Now that I've got these brand new glasses, it's so much easier to see.
Listen again.
Now that I've got these brand new glasses, it's so much easier to see.
Question number 2.
I wish I could beat Sally, but I don't have enough time to practice tennis.
Listen again.
I wish I could beat Sally, but I don't have enough time to practice tennis.
Question number 3.
Cindy was feeling tired, so she fell asleep during the movie.
Listen again.
Cindy was feeling tired, so she fell asleep during the movie.
Question number 4.
Jane almost missed her bus stop because she was reading such an interesting book.
Listen again.
Jane almost missed her bus stop because she was reading such an interesting book.
これで第1問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第1問 B。第1問 B は問い1から問い3までの3問です。それぞれの問いについて聞こえてくる英文の内容に最も近い絵を4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る英文は2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Looking out the window, Jennifer is happy to see her son watering the flowers.
Listen again.
Looking out the window, Jennifer is happy to see her son watering the flowers.
Question number 2.
While he was walking to his car, Jeremy realized that he had left his car key at home.
Listen again.
While he was walking to his car, Jeremy realized that he had left his car key at home.
Question number 3.
She regretted wearing a gorgeous dress to her friend's birthday party.
Listen again.
She regretted wearing a gorgeous dress to her friend's birthday party.
これで第1問 B は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。 第2問。第2問は、問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて、対話の場面が日本語で書かれています。対話とそれについての問いを聞き、その答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話と問いは2回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
I remember you put your bags in the trunk.
I definitely had my wallet with me in the back seat.
Maybe it fell on the floor when you got out?
Let's have a look. Oh, you're right. There it is.
Question. Where did the man find his wallet?
Listen again.
I remember you put your bags in the trunk.
I definitely had my wallet with me in the back seat.
Maybe it fell on the floor when you got out?
Let's have a look. Oh, you're right. There it is.
Question. Where did the man find his wallet?
Question number 2.
This shows the ticket sales for the last 5 months.
Not bad. May was our best month.
Is soccer still more popular than baseball?
It was until the end of March. Now everyone wants to watch baseball.
Question. Which represents the ticket sales?
Listen again.
This shows the ticket sales for the last 5 months.
Not bad. May was our best month.
Is soccer still more popular than baseball?
It was until the end of March. Now everyone wants to watch baseball.
Question. Which represents the ticket sales?
Question number 3.
Oh, I love this one with the rounded top.
It used to be a popular desk lamp.
What's this thing hanging here?
That's the switch.
Question. Which lamp are the speakers talking about?
Listen again.
Oh, I love this one with the rounded top.
It used to be a popular desk lamp.
What's this thing hanging here?
That's the switch.
Question. Which lamp are the speakers talking about?
Question number 4.
Have you thought about being a police officer?
I'm not brave enough to face danger every day.
What about working with food?
I'd rather work with kids.
Question. Which is the best job for the man?
Listen again.
Have you thought about being a police officer?
I'm not brave enough to face danger every day.
What about working with food?
I'd rather work with kids.
Question. Which is the best job for the man?
これで第2問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第3問。第3問は問い1から問い4までの4問です。それぞれの問いについて対話の場面が日本語で書かれています。対話を聞き、問いの答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Well, your cough seems to be gone.
Yes, and my stomach feels better as well. I had a big bowl of pasta for lunch.
That's good to hear. Now let's see if we can do something about your headache.
Thank you, doctor.
Question number 2.
What would you recommend?
Today's special is our delicious Pacific salmon. The chef's famous sirloin steak and our butter chicken curry are always popular. If you're looking for a low-calorie option, we also have a tuna salad.
You know, I have been watching my weight, but I'll go with today's special.
Question number 3.
What an exciting musical! I've never seen dancers move like that.
I liked the music myself. It was very relaxing.
Relaxing? It was so loud that the seats were shaking. Hang on, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry. To be honest, I just didn't find the story interesting.
Question number 4.
I'm exhausted. I'm glad we cut our hike short.
Yeah, my muscles are going to be so sore tomorrow. But at least we had a good meal.
It wasn't enough for me, to be honest. And the natural hot spring was not hot at all.
Oh, I thought it was rather pleasant.
これで第3問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第4問。第4問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第4問 A。第4問 A は問い1、問い2の2問です。話を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
Yesterday, I was at a park with a friend of mine when it started to rain. We ran to a bus stop covered with a roof halfway between the park and my house to wait for the rain to let up. I sat down on the bench and noticed a pass case on the ground. I saw that it belonged to my neighbor. When the rain stopped, we walked to my neighbor's house and knocked on her door. She said she had not noticed it was missing. To show her appreciation, she gave us some coupons for free ice cream. We went into town and used them immediately.
Question number 2.
Here is the list of our park's 6 campsites. Could you help me fill in the last column? The number of tents that can fit depends on the square feet of each campsite. If it's less than 1,000 square feet, it has space for 3 tents. Campsites between 2,000 and 3,000 square feet can fit 8 tents. All of the bigger campsites, 11 tents.
これで第4問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第4問 B。第4問 B は問い1の1問です。4人の説明を聞き、問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。メモを取るのに下の表を使っても構いません。 状況、条件および問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Question number 1.
1.
I'm Brenda. I've been baking bread for more than 10 years. I love waking up early and would be happy to come to the bakery at any time of day. I'm allergic to eggs, but as long as I wear gloves at work, I should be okay.
2.
My name is John. I don't have any allergies to food items, so you don't need to worry about that. I've been baking my own bread for years and have a passion for baking bread. I can work early mornings without a problem.
3.
I'm Miriam. I've been a server at a restaurant for more than 5 years and have always wanted to learn how to bake. I don't have any food allergies and love experimenting with recipes. Early morning shifts work best for me.
4.
My name is Tyler. I don't have any food allergies, and I love baking bread. I've worked at a different bakery for 2 years. I'm not a morning person, to be honest. If you need someone to handle the late-night shifts, then I'm your man.
これで第4問 B は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第5問。第5問は問い1、A から C と問い2の2問です。講義を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。状況と問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1A, 1B, and 1C.
The automobile industry has reached a turning point. In 2017, around 79 million cars were sold globally, more than double the average sold each year during the 90s. But whether it's due to cost, the convenience of other transportation options, or simply the thought of sitting behind the wheel, many younger people are avoiding car ownership altogether. Car sales in 2019 fell to 75 million, reflecting changing attitudes. Nevertheless, electric vehicle sales are picking up. After more than 100 years, though. That's right, the first electric vehicles, or EVs, were produced in the late 1800s, alongside gasoline engines and even steam-powered vehicles. Unfortunately, they couldn't go much faster than a horse-drawn taxi, and they had a limited range of about 25 miles. Most were also made for the upper class, so they weren't affordable. In 1908, the Model T Ford changed everything. Its gasoline engine could carry people almost 10 times as far, and it was cheap enough for the average American worker. It also had a maximum speed of around 45 miles per hour, 3 times as fast as EVs. The first mass-produced EVs didn't come about until the 1990s, almost a century later. Today, thanks to new battery technologies, EVs can carry passengers about as far as other cars and just as quickly. While EVs themselves are still expensive compared to gasoline vehicles, fuel and maintenance are not. One of the biggest barriers to EV adoption is charging time, which can be anywhere from 30 minutes to half a day. But because EV batteries don't produce greenhouse gases, people concerned about the environment are eventually going to buy fewer gasoline vehicles.
Question number 2.
Let's take a look at the price of EVs. Battery prices have been dropping and are expected to drop year after year. ICE stands for Internal Combustion Engine, the engine that powers gasoline vehicles. The black line represents average prices for medium-sized gasoline vehicles. So, what can we learn from all this?
これで第5問は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第6問。第6問は A と B の2つの部分に分かれています。第6問 A。第6問 A は問い1、問い2の2問です。2人の対話を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを4つの選択肢、1から4のうちから1つずつ選びなさい。聞き取る対話は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1 and 2. Still using that old mobile phone, Bobby?
Yeah, who needs to buy an overpriced smartphone? Apps stress people out and eat up all of their free time.
Some of them are really useful. I'd get lost without digital maps.
I can see how that particular app might be convenient, but how often do you really need to use your smartphone?
I'm not saying that I can't live without my smartphone, but smartphones certainly make life easier.
Maybe, but an always online lifestyle is stressful for me.
You can exercise control over that with your settings. Besides, I haven't had to touch an actual computer in months.
Don't you do your homework on your laptop, Asami?
I can do it on my smartphone.
You're saying nothing is as convenient as smartphones.
「これで第6問 A は終わりです。次の問題に進みます。第6問 B。 第6問 B は問1、問2の2問です。英語を聞き、それぞれの問いの答えとして最も適切なものを選択肢のうちから選びなさい。状況と問いが問題冊子に書かれているので読みなさい。聞き取る英語は1回流します。では始めます。
Questions number 1 and 2.
That was a great lecture, Professor. I was especially surprised to learn that the number of people taking advantage of ride-sharing services using smartphone apps is growing so rapidly.
In fact, more than 500 million people will be ride-sharing by 2021, thanks to its convenience and relatively low cost. I travel so much these days that I don't know how I could live without it.
Okay, it's now time for some feedback from the audience. Yes, Michael?
I think there is a problem with ride sharing. I wonder about the cost. In the long run, is it cheaper to own a car of your own than to use ride sharing services all the time?
There are a lot of things to consider, including how often you drive, where you live, and where you usually go. A recent study indicated that car ownership is the cheaper option in some urban areas. But with ride-sharing, you never have to worry about gas, maintenance, or a parking space. So, the answer depends on what's more important to you.
That's something to think about. Sally, do you have something to add?
Ride-sharing companies have your credit card information on file, and they know exactly where you go. That makes me uncomfortable. Aren't you concerned about privacy?
Regarding credit card information, the same can be said for any company dealing with e-commerce. As far as location is concerned, however, if you don't want a company to track your outings, you should probably avoid ride-sharing services altogether.
Okay, time for another question.